And I did that for a long time. And I did well.
What are the
Like
tells?
one of them is like, you know, this is my reel, it's on an IMDb. Moved in with her.
Ben Affleck, the celebrated actor, director, and producer, has long been a prominent figure in Hollywood, known for his powerful performances and critically acclaimed films. Recently, however, Affleck has garnered attention not just for his work in the entertainment industry, but also for his outspoken views on the direction Hollywood is heading, particularly with regard to the rise of what is often termed woke culture. Affleck's comments and actions have ignited debates across social media platforms and within the entertainment industry itself, with many seeing his stance as a bold critique of the pervasive cultural shifts that have dominated Hollywood in recent years. Before we start, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Affleck's position on woke culture and its influence on Hollywood is not an isolated case. He joins a growing chorus of industry insiders who are increasingly vocal about what they perceive as a stifling atmosphere, where creative expression is being constrained by ideological conformity. To understand Affleck's perspective, it is crucial to delve into what is meant by woke culture and how it has come to shape the entertainment landscape. Woke culture generally refers to a heightened awareness of social justice issues, particularly those related to race, gender, and inequality. In theory, this movement advocates for inclusivity, diversity, and the rectification of historical wrongs. However, in practice, critics argue that it often manifests as a rigid orthodoxy, where dissenting opinions are swiftly silenced, and where art and entertainment are judged not by their quality or originality, but by how well they align with the prevailing political sentiments. Affleck's critique of this culture stems from a concern that it has led to a form of self-censorship among filmmakers, writers, and actors. He argues that the pressure to conform to these new norms stifles creativity and reduces the diversity of thought that once made Hollywood a hub of innovation and artistic expression. In interviews and public appearances, Affleck has emphasized that art should be a space for exploring complex and sometimes uncomfortable ideas, not a platform for moralistic preaching. One of the key moments that brought Affleck's views into the spotlight was his appearance on the popular talk show Real Time with Bill Maher. During the show, Affleck engaged in a heated debate with Maher and fellow guest Sam Harris, where he passionately defended the Muslim community against what he saw as unfair generalizations. This incident was significant because it showcased Affleck's willingness to challenge popular narratives, even if it meant going against the grain of liberal Hollywood. While Affleck was defending against what he perceived as an unjust broad-brush criticism of a religious group, the incident underscored his broader discomfort with the oversimplified moral binaries that often dominate woke discourse. The consequences of this cultural shift are evident in various aspects of the entertainment industry. For instance, there has been a noticeable trend of films and television shows being scrutinized and sometimes canceled for failing to meet the expectations of woke critics. This has led to a homogenization of content, where producers and directors are increasingly hesitant to take risks or explore controversial topics for fear of backlash. Affleck, who has always been drawn to complex and morally ambiguous stories, sees this as a detrimental development for the industry. In an industry where reputation is everything, Affleck's stance is undeniably bold. Hollywood is a place where public perception can make or break careers, and going against the tide of popular opinion is risky. Yet Affleck seems undeterred, using his platform to advocate for artistic freedom and the importance of preserving spaces where diverse perspectives can coexist. This is not to say that Affleck is opposed to the principles of social justice or diversity. Rather, he is critical of how these ideals are sometimes implemented in a way that curtails the very diversity they aim to promote. Affleck's career itself is a testament to the value of creative risk-taking. From his early days as a struggling actor to his rise as an Oscar-winning filmmaker, Affleck has always been drawn to projects that challenge conventional narratives and explore the complexities of the human condition. Films like Good Will Hunting, which he co-wrote and starred in, Argo, which he directed and starred in, and Gone Girl, in which he delivered a critically acclaimed performance, are all examples of his commitment to storytelling that pushes boundaries. These films were successful not just because they were well crafted, but because they dared to delve into the gray areas of morality and human behavior, areas that are increasingly off limits in a woke-dominated cultural landscape. The issue of cancel culture is another aspect of woke culture that Affleck has indirectly addressed through his work and public statements. Cancel culture refers to the practice of withdrawing support from public figures or companies after they have done or said something considered objectionable. This often leads to severe consequences, including loss of career opportunities and public shaming. While Affleck has not been a direct target of cancel culture, his critiques suggest that he views it as another manifestation of the intolerance for dissenting views that pervades Hollywood. He has hinted at the dangers of creating an environment where individuals are afraid to speak their minds or express unpopular opinions for fear of being ostracized. This fear of cancellation has, according to Affleck, led to a chilling effect on creativity. Filmmakers and writers are increasingly playing it safe, opting for stories that align with the prevailing cultural norms, rather than exploring new and potentially controversial territory. This, Affleck argues, is antithetical to the very essence of art, which should be about pushing boundaries, challenging audiences, and provoking thought. By allowing woke culture to dictate what stories can be told and how, Hollywood is, in Affleck's view, undermining its own creative potential. Affleck's concerns are echoed by other prominent figures in the industry. Directors, writers, and actors have spoken out about the pressures to conform to the ideological standards set by woke culture. This has led to a situation where the focus is often more on ticking the right boxes in terms of representation and political correctness than on telling compelling and original stories. While representation and diversity are important goals, Affleck and others argue that they should not come at the expense of artistic integrity. Moreover, Affleck's critique is not just about the content of the films and shows being produced, but also about the atmosphere within Hollywood itself. There is a growing sentiment that the industry has become a kind of echo chamber, where only certain views are tolerated, and where those who dare to think differently are marginalized. This lack of intellectual diversity, Affleck suggests, is detrimental not only to the quality of the work being produced, but also to the health of the industry as a whole. In addition to stifling creativity, the dominance of woke culture in Hollywood has also led to a form of gatekeeping, where only those who adhere to the prevailing ideology are given opportunities. This has created a divide within the industry, with some feeling that they are being excluded or marginalized because their views do not align with the dominant narrative. Affleck's own experiences in Hollywood have likely informed his views on this issue. Despite his success, he has faced his own share of challenges and controversies, and his willingness to speak out against the status quo suggests that he is keenly aware of the pressures to conform. Another aspect of woke culture that Affleck has critiqued is its tendency to prioritize symbolism over substance. In Hollywood, this often translates into a focus on superficial diversity, such as ensuring that a certain percentage of roles are filled by actors from underrepresented groups, without addressing the deeper systemic issues that contribute to inequality in the industry. Affleck's films, by contrast, have often tackled these issues head-on, exploring the complexities of race, class, and power in ways that go beyond mere tokenism. For example, his film The Town delves into the socioeconomic struggles of a working-class Boston neighborhood, while Argo explores the nuances of international relations and American foreign policy. Affleck's resistance to woke culture is not just about defending his own creative freedom, but also about advocating for a more nuanced and thoughtful approach to the issues that Hollywood seeks to address. He believes that by focusing on the superficial aspects of social justice, Hollywood is missing an opportunity to engage in more meaningful conversations about the underlying causes of inequality and injustice. This, he argues, is not only a disservice to the audience, but also to the very causes that woke culture claims to champion. It's important to note that Affleck's critique of woke culture is not a blanket condemnation of the entire movement. Rather, it is a call for balance and for a return to the values that have historically made Hollywood a center of artistic innovation and free expression. He is advocating for an environment where diverse perspectives can coexist, where filmmakers are free to tell the stories they want to tell, and where the primary focus is on the quality and originality of the work. rather than on how well it aligns with the prevailing political climate. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what impact will this have on Hollywood? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.